Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be discussing the second big Marvel Contest of Champions presentation for the CCP members, where once again hints are ominously leaked to the social media, probably kind of like to, I don't know, raise awareness, build hype, but even though this time there have been mixed reviews. And so the presentation was about Alliance War, about changes, Alliance War direction is going to head in, so on and so forth. And this time, not every CCP member has been overly fond of the presentation and the changes that had been presented to them. But before I actually do go and discuss the actual Twitter posts by Frontline, MCOC, and Legacy that I have noticed, there are probably some other ones. But we can also talk about that it just doesn't really add up and it seems a bit suspicious. And the fact that CCP members now almost seemingly get encouraged to go on social media to either hype up or post about it and kind of like give an advanced piece of information that stuff is coming, they know something. And if you think about it, this is 180 degrees to how CCP normally operates, because typically, for instance, CCP members always get early access to these like new champions that they make these videos of. They wait till embargo is lifted, and then almost like within an hour or two, there are like 5, 6, 7, 8 CCP member videos reviewing the champions that come out. Not once there has been a video or a forum post kind of like saying, oh my god, this new champion is so amazing, I can't wait to post this champion review because it's gonna blow people away, or oh my god, the new champions that are coming are gonna be so amazing, or stuff like that. No, CCP has never done anything like it, as in like where they go to Twitter, say that we have this exclusive piece of information that nobody else knows, that we're not allowed to talk about it, but still kind of talk about it and raise like people's awareness. For instance, Red Guardian. Nobody from CCP is saying like, oh my god, I can't wait to post the Red Guardian video, it's going to be so broken, it's going to be insane, or whatever. No, everybody's waiting for the embargo, and that is being lifted, and then openly talking and discussing about it. If you were to go to a CCP member stream right now and ask, what do you think about Red Guardian? They're going to say they cannot tell you anything. But this seems to be different, because they are giving exclusive piece of information, access to information that nobody else has. And at the same time, seemingly they are getting encouraged to discuss and drop some hints or vague bits of information without any details and without any specifics. And I'll be quite honest, like, it's just getting annoying at this point. Like, when they did it the first time, it's like it's a change of pace. It's fair enough, thanks for letting us know. And now the second time, and then there's probably going to be the next presentation or something like that. And I'm not really in favor for this change because, well, there are a couple of things to consider. Because number one, nothing happens without a reason. And if there is a shift in how information is being shared or released in stages to the public, then there is certainly some agenda or reasoning behind it. In this case, it could be I don't know, calm down community, saying that there are new things coming, the game is changing, so don't kind of like, maybe, I don't know, freak out just yet, because all of this is happening in the middle of this outcry. Or B, obviously it's intended to build up hype for upcoming changes, or I obviously can't pretend that I know everything, and I don't. But the fact that there has to be some sort of underlying reasoning, agenda, or plan, or thought process behind this kind of like drastic change in how CCP members are, quote-unquote, allowed or, I don't know, encouraged to interact or drop these hints is definitely something different, something new, something that has to be thought about in more general terms outside of this one specific piece of presentation about Alliance War, but it's more about what they are trying to do with CCP in general and how are they trying to use the program to kind of like further their objectives, which is fair enough, which is probably a big debate for another video. Don't want to get too sidetracked overall, so let's just jump to the Twitter feed. First and foremost, Government Devs gave the CCP members second presentation tonight. This one's focusing on the future of Alliance War. There was also, and basically a Q&A. But Frontline also says, that being said, as excited as I was by what I learned during Wednesday's presentation, my reaction to what I saw tonight was complete 180 from that. Yes, we will have to see how it will be implemented in the game, but I'm really disappointed in the direction I see AW continuing to head. So as you can see, this is drastically different kind of like reception, at least by Frontline, on what he has learned. And so one thing can definitely be taken for granted at this point, that if there is a CCP member that openly voices his kind of like concerns or dissatisfaction about what they learned in this presentation, then once the announcement goes public, there will be far bigger group of people that are not happy about it, because CCP members are normally fairly reasonable and also relatively contained within their critiques about Kabam, and B, there's simply going to be subject of much more people voicing their opinions. If we have, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 CCP members, and when it actually gets released to the thousands and thousands of people, you're bound to find more people who are going to be unhappy if it's like a realistic opinion to have. And yeah, so Alliance War changes are coming, but they might not be for everybody. Now, there are more questions. Obviously, he's not allowed to share the dates, so on and so forth, but the base idea is that, yeah, Frontline is not happy with the stuff. Now, however, on the contrast, we have Legacy tweeting out, just had a presentation from Kabam for CCP about the future of Alliance War. Cool stuff coming. This presentation and the other one were about stuff that has been in the works for the past few months, which is another noteworthy point to make, because these presentations basically have nothing to do with the current outcry, apparently, from the community. Maybe the fact that we're hearing about these presentations is something to do with the outcry of the community, but the content within these presentations effectively has been in works for months, and therefore in no way is a response to criticism or current perceived problems by players in the game right now. So that is something that probably Kabam's dealing on like a separate line, and this is basically them being business as usual or business as normal, at least from the content in these presentations. The fact that CCP has seemingly changed the way they are releasing information probably has something to do with the current state of community and overall kind of dissatisfaction with the game and Kabam, I would say. At least that would be my personal handcraft conspiracy theory, I'd say. But all in all, so here are the big news, basically. AW changes are coming. We do not know exactly what's going to be there. We just know that not everybody is going to like them. We do not know the date. We do know that CCP members, for whatever reason, have drastically changed the way they release information, because previously it was nothing is told to anybody. And I'd argue that is much more kind of like reasonable way how to release your information as well, because currently at this point, not to try and insult anybody, and I have absolutely nothing against any single member of the CCP individually, but it does seem like a bit of a dickish kind of thing. Like when you hear somebody in front of you saying like, haha, I know something you don't and it's going to be awesome, or it's going to suck, but I'm not going to tell you, but I know for a fact you're interested in it. And then you just look at them and it's like, why the hell did you tell me that in the first place then, if you're not going to tell me? Like, just the fact that I have been told that you have information that I definitely would care about, but you can't tell me anything about it, immediately creates irritation in people. Because it's never fun to be the one that's not in the know. It's never fun to have something dangled in front of you by kind of like saying like, no matter what you do, I'm not going to tell you anything, but something's going to happen. It's like, why? It's just pissing me off at this point. Like, you did it the first time, fair enough, maybe slight envy the second time, and if it happens the third time, it's gonna be flat out. That's a dick move, bro. That's a dick move. So I don't know. I definitely feel more at unease about the fact that CCP program has changed the way they release this information and what they are doing in general, than about the fact that Alliance War is changing. At the back of my head, I had assumed Alliance War change is going to come eventually. Okay, it's happening now, it's cool, but we all know that the game moves on and AQ gets updates, AW gets updates, there's something added. But now that it's kind of like presented right in front of you, it's going to happen now, but I'm not going to tell you what, and I'm not going to tell you exactly when. But I know, and it's just made a bit more sour, I guess. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think the biggest takeaway from today's video should be that something seems to be up with Kabam and the way they are using CCP, whether, yeah, to pre-warn players or whether to hype stuff up or whatever else. But the point being is something definitely has changed with what Kabam is planning for CCP. And whilst I'm happy for them that they seemingly have much better dialogue with Kabam, at the same time I'm just irritated for myself and the players surrounding that, because it's getting real old real fast. But AW changes are coming. Can't tell you when, can't tell you what's gonna change, but they're coming. Right, that'll do for today's video. I think I have mumbled for long enough, once again, not really saying anything because nothing has been made available to say. But the fact itself that something is coming, I don't know. Either way, guys, let me know what you think. What's happening in the CCP? How are these mysterious announcements making you feel? Are you excited about the game? Do they give you new hope to stick around, or do they just start to annoy you? But yeah, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Here is Baby Yoda. In case you were annoyed, Baby Yoda always de-escalates every situation because he's so gosh darn cute. At the same time, if you didn't like today's video, well, then you are free to show yourselves out. And yeah, that's it for me today, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya!